I've got an itch I can't scratch, I'm missing a piece that completes a whole part of me. An open wound start to see. Everybody come here, gather round. Welcome to the freak show, the best in town. What the hell's wrong with me? I don't get along with anybody, honestly. I've been living in my own head constantly. Thoughts jumbled around, think I need a new lobotomy. Wait, all these thoughts are too negative. I don't wanna get lost in the sedative. Gotta show them what I got, I'm competitive. You know I'm about to go off, I won't let them win. I'll take a stab, I wanna chase the bag. I wanna weigh, I can change all the things I lack. I gotta face the facts, I got a taste in that. Got me obsessed with the rest, I got an itch to scratch. I'll give up everything.
The venom in my brain, running from the past, wanna escape my pain. I just wanna be a better person, I deserve this, I just wanna break these chains. Always asking for greatness, true to myself, I never fake it. Seen too many once that I so they get famous. And when I say the truth, most really can't take it. In spite of everything I've been through, I'ma make it. Fake friends, but on my downfall is toxic. Day one, started to outlaws for profit. All I do is write verses, no talking. All I do is put the work in, no option. This was everything I ever wanted. Created a legacy off of me, just being honest. And the fake ones hate, but it's all to no avail. They wanna see me lose, but you know I never fail.
Hey. Hope you had a good day today. I know I'm late. I'm sorry. I was sleeping. I hate when I take a nap and then I wake up and then I think it's the next day. It's crazy. But hello. I am back with some more body cam footage for you guys. I have some corrupt cops and some dirty cops. So we're going to go ahead and get to it because I know I'm late and I am so very sorry. But I'm here. I'm here, friends. Let's go. Okay, this first one is when corrupt cops meet the wrong person. Are they going to get beat up? I don't know. Let's see.
To an officer quite literally trying to run from the law.
Holy Jesus.
This is what happens when corrupt cops finally meet the wrong person. Disclaimer. Meet Claire Hall, a Rhode Island lawyer who was wrongfully pulled over by the local cops. This 17-year-old boy had gotten into a terrible car crash, and Claire was helping him call his father.
I'm not fucking father.
All right, we already saw this motherfucker. I need to delete it. I'm pretty sure we saw it unless...
Stolen camper trailer. Upon arrival, the officer met the victim who told him what had just gone down.
That's pretty fresh, then, isn't it?
Yeah, because ain't nobody run over.
Yeah, there's this one tire track.
What the heck?
You're so much trouble. I can't even.
Oh, you guys. Let me see. Remember this lady?
Through traffic. After a long chase, the vehicle finally pulled over, and the driver, who was later identified as Officer Donovan Rojas, exited the car.
Get out of the car!
Get out of the car right now. Out of the car, let me get in.
Hands up in the air!
Hands up in the air right now. Turn around. Do not face me. Turn around.
Just walk right here. Walk right here. Shut the f up. Get right over here.
The man refuses to comply with the police instructions and tries to hint at his own position, but the cop in charge isn't having it.
I don't give a f who you are. Get on your goddamn knees.
Yeah, boy. Woo! I don't give a who you are. Ooh, yeah, boy.
Why you acting like that? I'm a cop.
Then you'll listen to me when I tell you to get on your knees. You used to work for Miami-Dade.
Why you acting like that, man?
Stand there.
The man keeps trying to argue with the officers, which is when the deputy realizes that he's extremely drunk, but the worst is yet to come.
I'm acting.
Be quiet. Don't say another word. You hear me? Everything's cool, Sergeant. Man, guys. Of course. We gotta check this car first. There's guns, radios, and all kinds of shit.
Inside the vehicle, the officers find 2 Glock firearms, a Miami-Dade police ID, a body camera, a tactical vest, and other.
So that cop said, you used to work for Miami-Dade. I wonder if that's because he's about to get fired because of what's happening right now, or if he previously works for Miami-Dade and he's no longer a police officer before this stop. That's what I'm curious about.
Other law enforcement equipment.
Holy Jesus.
Not counting the condition of that vehicle, you guys. Oh my God. It looks like he lives in it or something. Dude. Hey, Mar. Hey, my beautiful Pop-Tart. Dude, look at the condition of that vehicle.
What? Sorry, I can't see it. Well, that wasn't on when he passed me. No, he's drunk. Did you turn that on, or it was on? Son of a.
Oh, Schmitz. I like this one. Y'all, I like this one. This is going to be a good one. He had his freaking dash flashers on. Are you kidding me? Drunk. Wow. I guess he figured that would get him out of a ticket or something. Or maybe, dude, you're going to jail, not getting a ticket.
The officer then goes up to Donovan, asking him to perform a field sobriety test, to which he refuses.
Don't say anything just yet. Understand me? You know how this goes.
I get it. I don't want
Be quiet. I feel you're impaired.
Me?
Yeah. No. Okay. Are you willing to perform field sobriety exercise to dispel my suspicion of drunk? No. Okay.
The officer also discovers that his car was an agency vehicle, which makes him look all the more careless.
This is his agency car. This is his agency car.
That is a work car that he is driving drunk. Wow.
I just asked him how to run the tag. I just got here.
The officer goes up to Donovan and asks for his supervisor's contact and gives him a piece of his mind.
Can we contact your immediate supervisor?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You can help me out.
Well, we don't want to leave all your here, man. We don't want to put it into property. We want to see if we can get it to a supervisor. Okay? Preferably your supervisor to keep it under wraps. So, do you happen to have his name and phone number?
You already invoked your right to remain silent, so I'm not going to ask you any questions, bro, man.
Bro, this is not the highlight of my day.
Donovan tries to wiggle his way out of the situation, but take a wild guess about how that turns out.
Boss man, you know how many people are involved in this?
I get you, bro, but bro, we're supposed to take care of our own, bro.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, I've been doing this 6.5 years.
Oh, shit. He's trying to talk them out of not arresting him. We take care of our own, bro. Not whenever you act dumb like this, for real.
Bro.
And if I came to your county and I put you in this position,
Yeah, I'll take you home.
you take me home.
Of course.
You take me home after your sergeant shows up on scene and
Hell
everybody's
yeah.
got cameras?
This is Miami Day, baby. We take care of you.
Yeah.
This is what we're supposed to do.
I know that's what we're supposed to do, but unfortunately, I can't do that.
All right, bro.
Donovan was then arrested for driving under the influence and eluding an officer. He was also relieved of his duties without pay as a consequence of trying to misuse his power as an officer. Sometimes all it takes is a little courage to stand up against officers who misuse.
I really like that officer that arrested him. He was really good. He could have been like, yo, bro, you the popo too. Guess what? No, that dude could kill somebody in the work car. OMG. And then, y'all, that's a work car. And did you see, you remember how nasty it was inside? Wow. Oh my God, what if he needs to arrest somebody? Then he's going to handcuff them, put them down, sit down, and clean out his car in order to put someone in the back of his car. Good Lord, have mercy.
Use their power. Just look at this next lawyer, for example. Meet Mac Proctor, an undercover agent who knew a thing or two about the law. So when a corrupt police officer pulls him over for no reason, Proctor knows exactly how to deal with the situation.
All right, Mr. Proctor. That is last name. Everything okay?
Do I need to answer any of your
You don't have
questions?
to answer anything. Dude.
Okay.
You don't have to. Look, you stand here all day. I get paid either way.
Can you go ahead and finish your job
And
so I can carry on?
what's it with the anger, dude?
I'm not angry.
You're not angry? You always talk to everybody like that?
I'm not angry.
Oh, okay.
I just want you to go ahead and wrap things up, please.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll give you a break on it, but you know what I'm saying? This isn't a parking spot. Okay, dude?
You're not giving me a break. You're harassing me at this point. I'd like to leave. May I leave now, please?
The cop is immediately agitated when he realizes that he can't wrongfully detain Mr. Proctor since he knows his rights.
Am I being detained?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
All right. So do you understand why I stopped you?
Do I need to answer any more of your
You don't have-
questions?
You don't have to.
Dang, we can't even read the thing at the bottom. Damn it, they got blurred out.
Okay. But then again, I could do this all day too.
Okay.
All right. So, would you like to leave?
Mr. Proctor wants the situation over with as soon as possible, but the cop clearly wants to keep him there.
Proctor, would you like to leave?
Do I need to answer any more of your
No,
questions?
no. I'm not the one that's acting this way. Okay. I'm just asking you. I'm trying to give you a break here. All right.
I prefer you just write me the parking ticket and let me go.
Right. Okay. Well. Okay. All right, dude. I'm trying to be nice to you. All right. You hold on.
Mac sits and waits in his car while the officer comes back, letting him know that another cop will be coming to assess the situation. When the other officer shows up, Proctor still refuses to answer any questions or have any conversations since he knows that it's only a way for officers to rile him up even more.
Queensland.
I'm sorry. I'm sure you're a nice guy. I'm not in the mood to have conversation about my dog.
Hopefully, I'm not keeping you from anything, am I? I don't like talking. All right.
The final straw is when the officer actually accuses Mr. Proctor of having psychological issues in an attempt to create a scene.
Is everything okay? Are you having any issues or anything going on? I should know.
Do I need to answer your questions?
You don't have to answer anything. I'm concerned about your well-being. Is there something wrong?
Do I need to answer any of your questions?
Well, if there's something wrong, it would be nice, yeah.
Do I need to answer any of your questions?
But Proctor knows that this is just a way for the officer to assert his power, so he refuses to engage.
Hey, dude, where you coming from, man? Daly City?
Did he say Holy
A lot
City?
of traffic? Hey, dude, it's gonna start raining out here.
The officer keeps Mr. Proctor there for a long time until he finally tries to provoke Mac one last time.
Hey, Mr. Proctor, can I just give you your stuff so you can leave?
Can you?
I can, but you're the one. I would have let you go a long time ago.
What do I need to do for you to hand me my documents so I can leave?
Yo, I bet this dude is a good lawyer. Yeah. I might want him on my side.
No, I just want to know that so you're okay, because usually I don't get people all this.
What do I need to do for you to hand me my documents so I can be on my way?
You're okay.
I don't need to answer any of your questions.
There we go again. Jesus Christ.
But that's when Mac really gives him a piece of his mind.
I'm trying to say that
You're trying to display your power to me right now.
I'm concerned about it. Is there a problem to be concerned about another human being?
You have no reason to be concerned about me.
So it's okay then. You're okay. Then
You can hand me my documents and I can be on my way, or we can.
Okay. So if I hand your stuff, you'll be fine and taken off, and you're not angry, right?
Thankfully, the officer hands Mac his documents back and he can be on his way, not letting the cop win this power play. A local police officer was dispatched to Mariana, responding to a report of a stolen camper trailer. Upon arrival, the officer met the victim, who told him what had just gone down.
That's pretty fresh, then, isn't it?
Yeah, because ain't nothing run over.
Yeah, there's this one tire track.
I wish I could catch you. Y'all wouldn't have to worry about them.
Let me tell you.
Soon enough, the officer manages to track the suspect down.
Put the keys on the dash.
Is anybody in the back? thought you were trying to pull him over.
No. 10-4. Hey, step out. Step out, put your hands on the car. Hand in hand.
Come on now, man. Get with the program.
What am I being pulled over for? This trailer's showing stolen. Oh, I didn't do it. Okay, that's what you got pulled over for. That's why you're detained, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on, okay?
I don't know.
So just give us a minute.
This guy said I could stay in the trailer right now. I don't know nothing about it.
All right, we're trying to get your ID. We're going to walk back here. We're going to have a seat in my car for just a minute, and we're going to get this figured out. Understood? All right.
That's when one of the cops asks his partners to turn off their body cam, which of course is totally illegal.
Turn off the body cam.
Yeah, we're hot.
Turn it off.
We can't shut it down. We got 10-15s.
I just shut the light.
Huh? It's okay. Everything good?
Just shut it down for a second. Or somebody shut it down.
All right. Well, everything is it the victim?
What?
What's the problem?
Shut down the top of me, please. Tim, will you stand right here and fight with her? Yes, I sure will.
All right.
And when the officer refuses to do it, the cop starts getting a little frustrated.
We can't shut it off. Put it on my phone. I need to talk to somebody real quick.
Okay.
The worst part, he tries to convince his partner that he wants the cameras off for a personal reason.
Is there something screwed up with the case, or is it something personal? It's personal? Okay.
The officer then goes ahead with the questioning of the suspect with all cameras still on.
This
Yes.
is the deputy in charge of this case, and he's going to speak with you for a moment, okay? Can I help you? You got it?
Later on, he gives his colleagues a lesson they're going to remember forever.
You can shut my damn body camera off. You can kick rocks. I ain't doing that.
Yeah,
I was here
boy.
during the 2017 debacle. I ain't shut that shit off. Yeah, he got some personal shit going on. He was like, shut it off. I was like, look, dude. I was like, we'll set it right here. Is it something to do with the case? He was like, no, it's personal. I was like, all right, I'll set it right here for personal stuff. But yeah, he pissed. But it's something simple. It's something minor. It's a miscommunication. In 30 minutes, it'll all be cleared up. It ain't no big. It's just shit happening fast. And
Talking to the suspect, identified as Larry, was detained and found to have a warrant out of Kentucky for absconding parole supervision.
Yeah,
How did you get the
boy.
camper in your possession?
Go
Go into a little
back.
bit more detail about that.
Because he had it there at the gas station. I gave him $500. He told me $500 a month and I could rent it. I gave him my phone number.
You gave him what?
My phone number.
Your phone number?
And $500.
Did you get his phone number?
No, but he works across the street from the gas station.
And you best believe that this deputy isn't here to play. He starts off with Laura's passenger, Shannon, but she has nothing to say.
You need to come clear me because he's out there saying you were involved.
Involved with what?
Taking that trailer off that man's property.
I had nothing to do with that. I swear to God.
In the end, it was proven that Larry had stolen the camper, which was then returned to the rightful owner, all thanks to the good cop. At least this cop had a supervisor making sure his behavior was in line. I can't say the same for this next officer who tried to arrest a man for being a future criminal. Yeah, that's right. Meet Christopher Schul, who was pulled over by a traffic stop that went completely wrong.
don't walk out to my car, please. Don't walk out to my car, please. Hey, man, you can't drive through the parking lot like that. You got your driver's license here? Any weapons in the car I need to worry about? Or just custom truck?
According to Schul, the cop was on a power trip right from the start.
Is there any particular reason why you felt you needed to come to the parking lot like that?
I didn't think I did anything wrong. I just came over to get gas.
You were speeding and you cut through parking spaces. You know you can't do that.
It's just going to be confirmed on Robert.
I didn't think I was doing anything bad.
I mean, you
All
look
I'm
around.
come to get gas.
Yeah, are we going to go back and forth or are you just going to?
You asked me a question. You want me to answer it or not? I'm not.
The officer kept trying to accuse the man of reckless driving, but he wasn't going to sit down and take the blame.
Through the parking space.
When Nevaeh's mom was still alive, she got a ticket for cutting through the parking lot to avoid a red ticket. I mean, a red light ticket. I know this guy isn't doing that. However, my best friend just recently got a ticket for cutting through the median to turn around. These cops don't play.
Spaces.
I do realize that. I know that there's parking spaces there.
You almost hit that car that was turning right there. I was watching, man. As soon as you
almost
cut in
hit
front of me like
anybody.
that, I was like looking and I watched it happen. So
I come here every day. There's almost never, ever anybody. You were sitting there this morning. Now, last week for
He gets gas every single day. I wonder how much he pumps at a time.
about 3 days, someone was parking there. But if I come here 365 days a year, which I do, there's someone sitting there maybe 10 times. So there's never, ever a car there. So, yeah, I go through there because it's the straight path from the entryway to here, which is what you're going to see.
It's a Buc-ee's. Has anyone been to Buc-ee's? I've heard of it, but I've never been there. Like, excuse me, I see it on the gas pump right there. He goes to Buc-ee's every day, yo.
See everybody else do it. But I mean, I hear you, man. I got it. To you, it looked like I was going faster than me. I thought I was going even slower than normal because I didn't want to get too close to you.
The cop, though, still keeps looking for reasons to cite the man for speeding and cutting through parking spaces.
Okay. So,
I'm not kidding you either, man. I come here every day, dude.
look, I'm not.
I send pictures of my wife the price of the gas here every day when I come through.
Okay, look.
So
Here's the deal, man. Okay. I'm not going to go back and forth and all that. I'm not going to write you tickets, but the only reason I'm not writing you tickets is because I'm out of tickets right now.
Oh,
Otherwise,
no.
you'd be receiving something.
for what?
Oh.
Disregarding traffic control device.
On private property?
Yes.
Okay.
You still can't
I
do
would
that.
give
It's
you a
illegal.
ticket,
Okay.
but I'm out.
So, I'm not going to write you a ticket.
I hear you, man. I
But,
understand.
That means
I
he
don't-
wrote
I
a
don't
lot of
appreciate the
tickets
attitude.
that day.
So, I get it. You're upset. Nobody likes cops pulling up on them. Nobody likes it. Okay. But you know you did wrong. You know you're not supposed to cut through the parking lot. And instead of being like, oh, yeah, I messed up. Sorry, it won't happen again. You want to sit here and go back and forth with him.
And when the man lets the officer know that he has no right to be policing him like this, the cop loses it.
There's a lot better things than this to be doing for you.
You're right. I was working on a
You
report.
could be over here. I mean, there's people right now
You
running
want to
90
go to jail?
miles an hour on the
You want to go to jail?
So,
You want to go to jail? You could go to jail.
you can do what you want to do. I can't stop.
I don't want to take you to jail.
You know?
That is definitely a waste of my time.
I ain't got no tickets, but I got some handcuffs. I can't write you a ticket, but I could take you to jail.
Okay, but the attitude is not necessary.
I agree.
That's on your part, sir. I haven't been rude to you at all.
Can't be very good. That's fine.
I have a camera.
I
I
don't-
can't
okay.
be rude to you.
Okay. All right.
I will get in trouble. You go file a complaint based on my behavior. They will decide whether or not to get me in trouble. Right now.
I'm not worried about that. We're good, man.
Okay. All right. Well,
The driver obviously loses his temper as the cop keeps threatening to arrest him.
you specifically do you think is a big deal?
That we're even talking about nothing happened, and here we are talking. You're threatening to take me to jail, and so I shouldn't be getting upset.
I don't call it a threat, sir.
No, it's a threat. That is a threat. You're threatening me under color of law now to take something on private
Color of
property, which
law?
I don't believe you even have the authority
It's
to do.
a
But now you
dictionary
want
term, sir.
to. Okay.
It comes from black laws.
No, it's not. It's a
Dictionary.
Class A misdemeanor for you to threaten to arrest me over something you know it's not really true. But that's okay.
What's the penal code on that, sir?
Trust me. That's okay.
Trust
It's okay.
you.
Okay.
I
We're good.
And guess what the cop does? He accuses the man of something he might do in the future.
We're good.
I don't feel like we are. I feel like this is this is a problem.
How's
I feel like
it a
you're-
problem?
I feel
How's
like
it
you're
a
going
problem?
to continue to commit these behaviors that are unsafe and put people at risk.
So
You
now
don't
we're
feel
gonna
like
have
you
to
did
fix
anything
for
wrong.
something that's possible they may do in the future. So now we're playing Jean-Claude Van Damme future cop, and you need to stop.
I don't know if I like this officer right here. All of this for going through the parking lot and the parking spaces. I think he's a dick.
Me from something I may do in the future. That's now your position. You're feeling like you should take action because maybe sometime in the future I might possibly continue to do something. Come on.
At this point, the argument is just ridiculous, and that's when the officer takes it up a notch.
What is the
Again.
law designed to do, sir?
Oh, I know you want
designed to
compliance.
stop
I know
people from doing
you
things
want
that they're not
voluntary
supposed to be
compliance. I know you want voluntary compliance.
Okay, let me put you in the
Wow.
Yeah, oh boy, you going to jail. I ain't got no paper, but I got some
The poor man
medals.
is arrested without reason, and when he asks for an explanation, the officer has no grounds.
Well, sir, I'm concerned that you're going to continue
To go
to do
through
this
the
unsafe
parking
behavior.
lot.
So,
Yes, Lord.
The argument goes on even when Shul is sitting inside the car, and he once again tries to clarify his position.
Really need to do this, Harold?
I mean, I didn't think we did.
I didn't think we
Oh, snap. He knows him.
Okay, but I mean, you wanted to sit here and argue with me about what I observed with my own eyes. Okay, I'll go get a copy of the
I
video.
didn't think we were close at all. I didn't
Not
think I was
me.
supposed
You
to
didn't
see
hit.
what
Oh,
you talking about the white
another
truck.
vehicle. Yes, you even know what truck I was talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, Harold. Why are you
didn't think
being
we
an
were close.
ass,
I really
Harold?
didn't.
no, you were very close. They had to slam on their brakes. I watched it happen. Okay, you came flying through the parking lot. Okay.
Shul even offers for the two men to take a
Fly like an eagle to the sea. I want it. What if he wanted to fly through the parking lot? That's what they got brakes for. The other car to brake.
second and cool off, but the officer is in no mood to calm down.
I'm going to ask one more time, and then I'm going to have to have a tow.
Can we back this down, dude? Can we cool off here, please? I'm sorry. I will.
You have forced my hand at this point.
will.
Because if I don't go and see this through to its conclusion, I know you're going to go to the police department and file a complaint on me. Now, the complaint's not going to do anything because I have it all on video. Everything is recorded. I'll talk to anyone in the public
You
unless
could
I
file
have
a
my camera.
I'm
complaint.
not
but
going to
guess
go
what?
complain to Carol at all. I'm just a little upset because I really, honestly,
Sir, I watched it happen. If I was working on a report, I definitely have better things to do.
I didn't think that I did anything, Harold. I didn't think I did anything.
Well,
And
a
it was
lot
very
of people
frustrating.
don't think that.
He even reveals that the only reason he's going through with the arrest is so that he can escape a complaint. But after trampling all over Shul's rights, the cop suddenly changes his mind, probably because he knows that this is going to land him in big trouble.
Oh,
What am I
snap.
being arrested for, Harold?
Disregard a traffic control device. Because a reckless driving charge is a much, much higher
You
charge.
can't leave his
than-
car at the
Again, like I said, I don't want to be that big of a dick.
Oh, ha ha.
After a lot of back and forth, the officer decides to let Shul go. After the video was released, Shul took the corrupt officer to court, where he was immediately suspended.
Woo! This is one of them right here where it says naughty girl. But I want to play this one first. I think, oh, that is that one. Yeah, let's do that. Get sued. Oh, wait, no, let's do this one first. All right, let me see. Put it on the screen.
Just kept tasing them and tasing them and tasing them.
It's doing shocking things in public.
Wait. All right, there you go.
Which was the groping of my breast and the groping of my vagina.
There are 5 cops who thought they could get away with anything. Disclaimer. Crying his way into number 1, we have Christopher Hayes, a hero turned villain with a very sick kink. Hayes was facing counts of felony false imprisonment and 3 counts of battery. For 4 years, Christopher Hayes, a former Army veteran, had worked with the San Diego Police Department as a stellar officer who served with distinction, even rescuing a woman from a fire, or so they thought. In December 2013, a woman came forward alleging that Hayes had touched and groped her inappropriately during pat-downs while he was on duty. Hayes was upset by the accusation and proclaimed his innocence to anyone who would listen, but an investigation would reveal that there were more women he had assaulted.
This is now the 7th woman to come forward alleging Officer Chris Hayes abused his badge since Team 10 broke this story last week. The first 6 women have claimed sexual assault or battery.
Not 1, not 2, but 7 victims. They all had similar stories.
We were talking and he was like, you know that I could take you to jail. I was like, but I wasn't driving the car. I didn't do anything. He's like, well, if you go down on me, I won't take you to jail.
Hayes resigned, saying he felt betrayed by the department. But if Hayes thought that was the end, he had another thing coming. Days later, he was arrested and charged. With his wife standing by his side, Hayes pleaded not guilty. At his preliminary hearing in April, 3 victims described what Hayes had done to them. One woman told the court that Hayes pulled over at a bus stop and offered her a ride. After she entered his car, he told her that he had forgotten to pat her down. Hayes then took her to a secluded area.
He does a female pat down, which was the groping of my breast and the groping of my.
Another victim said that Hayes had picked her up and taken her to a friend's house, where he proceeded to conduct his version of a pat-down. Then he forced her to stay with him as he made inappropriate comments.
The whole thing was obscene. The conversation should have never happened. He should not have been in the driveway talking to me about the color of my underwear.
The third woman was drunk and arguing with her boyfriend when Hayes appeared. After handcuffing the boyfriend and sending him off with a threat, Hayes told her that she was too drunk to go home alone and he took her home. But he followed her in and ordered her to lift her shirt.
So I lifted both of them and he said all the way into where the bottom of my breast and mine are exposed.
Then he told her to do the most horrifying thing.
He drops his hands towards his growing area and thrust his hips and says, just.
Where was the Where's the body cam footage of this? Why don't we have, did you turn your body camera off, sir? I want to know. Why? You didn't have, I want to see body cam footage. Not just the witnesses. I need to see you doing it, sir.
Touch it.
The terrified woman did as he said.
I'm going to get hurt if I don't listen to him. I need to get out of here.
Hayes' attorney argued that the women were under the influence and their memories could be hazy, but the judge wasn't convinced, and the case was set to go to trial. Before his sentencing, one of the victims had a chance to speak to Hayes, and she did not hold back.
He is a disgrace to the uniforms he has worn.
Hayes' wife took the stand, saying her husband would never commit the crimes he was accused of.
There are things I may never know the answer to, but what I do know is my husband would not deliberately hurt others.
Hayes gave a tearful apology to his wife and his family, barely addressing what he'd done to his victims.
I would like to.
But like, dude, how you feel your husband be filling up all these women? I would feel some type of way if I was his wife.
Say that I am sorry for anything I have done that has caused anyone pain. I have always tried to help people and do good, so now that I have hurt someone is not something that I am very proud of.
He hoped to get probation and maybe...
He just said he hurt someone. His wife just said he don't hurt people.
community service, but the judge pulled the rug out from under them and sentenced Hayes to a year behind bars.
A year?
Hayes wiped tears as
Wow.
his wife burst into tears. The former officer was put in cuffs and taken to jail. If you think that's shocking, wait till you hear what this chief of police said in court.
I took the money, and mind you, this does not excuse it, but from drug dealers.
But before we get to that, Marcus Eberhardt and Howard Weems. Killing a man because he's too tired to walk sounds crazy, but that's exactly what these two did. Eberhardt and Weems were charged with 1 count each of murder, involuntary manslaughter, and 6 counts of violation of oath by a public officer. On April 11th, 2014, East Police responded to a 911 call at an apartment complex. Gregory Towns Jr. was in a domestic dispute with his girlfriend. The minute he saw the police, he ran to the woods, closely followed by the police. But Towns would never come out of those woods alive. His family would find out that he'd been tased to death by the 2 officers in those woods. Towns had rolled down an embankment, was in
No, it don't happen like that no more. What do you mean?
handcuffs and out of breath. Yet Eberhardt used his taser on him 10 times.
Total shot time of 47 seconds.
While Eames used his 3 times. It took over a year for both men to be indicted and charged with his death. At the trial, the defense attorneys argued Towns' death had more to do with his illness and that the officers were well within their rights to use tasers. But paramedics and neighbors took the stand, testifying that Towns was already compliant and there was no need for the tasers.
He did something in this case that should have never been done. And so it was important to our office to restore confidence in our criminal justice system, to let people know that if you are doing the wrong thing, that the system applies equally to everyone, to police officers as well as civilian defendants.
After a day of deliberations, the jury returned with a verdict. Eberhardt was found guilty on all counts, while Weems was convicted on the lesser charges of involuntary manslaughter and reckless conduct. Before the judge ruled on their sentence, Towns' girlfriend Aisha Smith held her 3-year-old son's hand and spoke about regretting making the 911 call.
Me calling the officers that day, it made the whole situation worse. You carried a lot of guilt. I carry a lot of guilt to this day.
When Weems got a chance to speak, he apologized to the family, but Smith wasn't having it and lashed out in court.
I do it.
They always want to apologize to the family. Dude, what the hell is an apology going to do? Not bring back their family members. They don't want to hear I'm sorry.
Extend my condolences to the Towns family.
Nobody killed. Nobody killed. Nobody.
She was immediately ordered out of the courtroom and spoke to reporters.
I don't want to hear anything he has to say. I just really don't want to hear anything he has to say. Gregory's not here to respond for himself, so I did it for him.
Eberhardt was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole, and Weems was sentenced to 5 years. Two men's stupid actions cost another man his life. You'd think this kind of poor judgment doesn't happen often. Think again. Wait till you hear what this sheriff does to keep up with his crazy addiction. Number 3, Charles Reeder. We're talking about Charles Reeder, who fancies himself some kind of Robin Hood. Reeder faced 18 charges, including first-degree engaging in a pattern of corrupt activity and tampering with records. Once upon a time, Charles Reeder wore the highest-ranking badge in Pine County's law enforcement when he was sheriff. A year later, he shot to nationwide fame as a horrified public followed the investigation into Ohio's worst homicide, the 2016 Roden family massacre. 8 members of the Roden family were found murdered. 2 years later, they found the culprits, 4 members of another local family, the Wagners. Reeder's face flashed across TV screens, a shining example of good police work and his no-nonsense approach to drug and gang arrests.
We declared war on drugs when I was appointed sheriff in 2015. We came together with the Piketon.
I didn't know I was muted that whole time. I said, hey, unseen.
Police Department, the Waverly Police Department, to form a major drugs and crimes task force. And the reality is, after the alert that I put out, people were shocked that there was gang affiliation coming to Pike County.
But something sinister lurked in the shadows of this sheriff's fame. A month later, an anonymous complaint came in about salary and benefits being collected in the sheriff's office. State officials raided the sheriff's office, and what they found was much worse than they thought.
I came on so late, but I was in a lot of pain today with being cold and rainy all day. So I'm here though.
Apart from envelopes containing cash being tampered with in evidence, impounded vehicles were auctioned off at ludicrous prices, only to be resold for more than double. And the man pulling the strings was none other than the town's favorite sheriff, Charles Reeder himself. It turned out that the people's sheriff had a gambling problem and had used his office to fund the habit. He also owed deputies and a car dealer money. Reeder swore he was being framed. The following year, he stepped down as sheriff and was indicted on 23 charges. He swore at the deputy who served him the papers and pleaded not guilty in court.
Mr. Reeder.
It's better if you get my property.
Understood.
Bruh, that's an asshole. You might be the law, but your ass got caught, bitch.
Vowing to fight the charges against him. But a year later, Reeder pleaded guilty to 5 charges, including theft in office and tampering with evidence. Several people spoke on his behalf, claiming that the job pressures had gotten to him.
There's no greater man than Charlie Reeder.
Judge Patricia Cosgrove listened attentively as Reeder made a long and tearful plea for leniency.
As the sheriff of Ohio, I shed, excuse me, I shed bad light on the office of sheriff. I can only ask that my staff, their families, the community, and my family who is here today will forgive me for the undue stress I caused them. For this, I'm terribly sorry. I stood in this court on September 24th and pled guilty to the charges against me, to accept responsibility for my conduct. I have, and I now pray that the court will find mercy on me. And I beg the court, if they see fit, to grant me community control, even with the strictest sanctions that I have proven to this court.
I'll quit
in the
if
past
I don't go to jail.
But before he took his seat, the Cosgrove had some questions for Reeder.
I have a couple of questions for you. The big question I have,
I like this judge,
and is on everyone's mind, I'm assuming, is why did you cut open these evidence envelopes and take the money out, and then in some cases you put it back, although you were caught because the envelopes had been unsealed and sealed again improperly, and the denominations did not match what was taken at the crime scene or from those individuals. I guess, why did you take the money?
Reeder tried to justify his actions, claiming he was some kind of Robin Hood.
I took the money, and mind you, this does not excuse it, but from drug dealers. that took it from parents, very poor people.
It's okay that I stole money from the department because it came from drug dealers. Nice. So just because it came from drug dealers, it's okay for you to put it in your pocket as the sheriff? Negative. That money goes to the city. That money is not yours.
This county. That money, regardless of what the state and what the media has claimed in the past years of a gambling problem and that money being used for gambling, was used when there was a tree planted in the name of the Shelton boy. It's at the entrance of Western High School to the left as soon as you pull in. Nobody could pay for that tree. Nobody offered to pay for that tree. A drug dealer did.
But no paper trail.
Okay, so the money went to plant a tree for the victim in front of the school. That's what the money was used for, guys. Nobody wanted to pay for the tree, so the sheriff took it upon himself to pay for it out of the drug dealer's money.
Bell showed Reader had supported a single cause.
What you're saying here as to why you claim you use the money for various charitable community things, and then, but the PSI officer notes that there's no documentation that you used it.
Hey, I have a question. Oh, shit, my mind's running. If I go take a drug dealer's money from him, I'm not going to get in trouble because it was a drug dealer's money. He might kill me first, but I won't get in trouble because it's a drug dealer's money. I'm remembering this case right here. Watch. And I will refer back to it.
For those things.
His answers did nothing to convince Judge Cosgrove that he was remorseful, and she had little sympathy for a man who tarnished the badge and broke the public's trust. Reader's wife and kids cried as the judge sentenced him to 3 years behind bars.
Wow.
Reader was escorted out of the courthouse and taken into custody by the deputies he once led.
Just remember, whatever their sentence, they're not going to do. They're only going to do like 85%, if that. Louisiana, it's 35% they have to do. Like I said before, my ex-boyfriend did a 12-year sentence in 3.5 years. So that tells you a lot right there.
Stealing from drug dealers is one thing, but stealing from charities, that's exactly what one sheriff did, and it's not even the worst part. Meet David Oliver. This chief of police's fall from grace to grass will give you whiplash. Oliver was charged with unauthorized use of property and unlawful restraint. Crystal Casterline, a patrol officer with the department, accused him of harassment. Brimfield's former chief of police had officially become a mope. Investigation into the lawsuit led to many officers backing her claim, but they soon found Oliver had been up to much more in office. Oliver stole money meant for charity. He also went into evidence and picked weapons, some of which he sold and others he kept for himself. Oliver pleaded guilty to the charges against him. Before sentencing, his attorney tried to paint a positive picture of his client.
Mr. Oliver, as I think everybody in this room knows, served the township of Brimfield first as a police officer and later as a chief. He served approximately 10 years as the chief of police. As everyone knows, Brimfield is a small town that has its own small town politics. I think politics have played a role in this case.
Claiming that he pleaded guilty so he wouldn't have to drag his family through court. Oliver got a chance to speak, but instead of addressing his victim, Oliver claimed it was all lies.
And I'm not going to be long, Your Honor, but one question I would ask is if there was a sworn police officer who thought there was a crime that had been committed in 2012, why didn't he report it? The secondary thing about this is I never heard anything about a hostile work environment or assault or...
He also said the other officers were ganging up on him, but the prosecution fired right back at him, reminding the court of his heinous behavior as chief of police.
I would like to say that perhaps Mr. Oliver should question what kind of leadership skills he used with those people that they were too afraid to come forward until my office showed up to investigate. And people were more than happy to tell us about his crappy, horrible, deplorable behavior.
Crappy, horrible, deplorable behavior. You know, the little city where I'm from in Louisiana, the chief of police for the city police was really, really good. I had to deal with him when Nevaeh's mom did all her shit. The sheriff of the city, of the sheriff of the, I don't know, it would be the parish, yeah, was really crooked. Oh, really crooked, yeah. But my brother was a sheriff for a while.
Here. He makes no apologies today. He has no remorse for what he put those people through. It's astounding, Your Honor.
Officer Casterline finally got a chance to face the man who made her life miserable for close to 2 years.
I was so eager to learn and felt so unsure about what to do at times. Looking back, I can understand the frustration and the resentment my supervisors must have felt. Many times I would be so unsure, but the chief was someone that I could trust and come to at any time with any question. And with me, he strongly encouraged me to use his open door policy.
She disagreed with the plea agreement, but she made a lengthy emotional statement about what she'd been through for the past few years.
I told him over and over that he was making me uncomfortable. But the physical assaults and sexual harassment continued on an almost daily basis for 2 years. I became more and more withdrawn and depressed. I truly felt there was no way out.
Through Casterline's testimony, Oliver dramatically shook his head and made faces, but the judge didn't buy his act.
You become the moat that you wrote about in your book. You realize that?
She sentenced Oliver to 2 years of probation and ordered him to surrender his police certificate. Oliver was also fined and ordered to pay $1,304 in restitution to the charities he ripped off. And this was not the only time officers have been forced to arrest their chief. One sheriff couldn't stop getting arrested. Number 5, Todd Pate. After getting a lenient sentence for a severe crime, you'd think this sheriff would be a little less arrogant. You'd be wrong. Pate faced 9 charges, including first-degree assault, operating a motor vehicle under the influence, and 4 counts of wanton endangerment. On March 8, 2019, a 911 call came in at the Breckinridge County Sheriff's Office. The driver had fled the scene. Officers later found a damaged truck and the county sheriff, Todd Pate, in the nearby woods trying to hide beer bottles. Pate reeked of alcohol. His eyes were bloodshot. His speech was slurred, and he could barely hold himself up. And this was not the first time he'd been arrested for DUI as sheriff. Back in 2015, Pate had been arrested for DUI and reckless driving. All he got was a fine of $800. He wasn't going to get away so easy this time. Pate was charged and indicted on multiple accounts. A shocking fall from grace for a sheriff who'd once been on Oprah for his exemplary police work. Pate agreed to a plea deal.
Wow, no effing way, dude. Wow. And then he's just continuing to commit crimes and get away with it. Not today.
Deal that would give him a sentence of just 75 days. All he had to do was plead guilty. Easy peasy, right? But things didn't quite go as planned. In court for the hearing, Judge Janet Crocker had begun addressing the court when she noticed Pate was busy doing something else.
Is that your phone, Mr. Pate?
Yes, it is.
Oh, no. Okay. Oh, no. Ow. I just hit my head on my desk. I can't get over this dude. Yeah, he's at the defendant's table. The judge is talking to him. And he got his phone out. I can't deal with this dude.
I was just had a.
You need to put it away.
Okay.
Not a great way to kick off proceedings. Instead of pleading guilty, Pate began questioning the judge.
Your desire to change your plea from not guilty to guilty.
Do I have to answer that yes or no, or can I make somewhat of a statement?
That is a yes or no answer, sir.
I have the opportunity to say anything further.
No.
It is your intention to change your plea from not guilty to guilty, then I will take your plea, and certainly you'll have an opportunity to make any statement that you want to make. But if it is not your intent to enter a guilty plea at this time, then I'm going to set your case for jury trial, and you're going to stop wasting my time and everybody else's time this afternoon.
Ma'am, I'm not trying to waste your time.
Then is it your intention to enter a guilty plea at this time or not, sir?
No.
Crocker ignored Pate's tantrum and talked to the prosecuting attorney.
Your Honor, we would move to revoke the defendant's bond at this time. We took part in a lengthy mediation. We agreed to continue this case 2 months to hear this plea today. I think we can convenience the entire court system by canceling the pretrial date and continuing this matter for 2 months for him to resign from office. So we would.
Nah,
He would be taken back to jail if he didn't decide, but Crocker gave Pate another chance.
Mr. Valles, would you like some additional opportunity to meet with your client this afternoon before we proceed at this time?
Funny.
I don't believe it'd do any harm. I'll make it very, very quick. I know we've already delayed the court, and I'll report back within a couple of minutes.
Delayed the court.
I'll give you another 10 minutes.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
10 minutes later, the court was back in session, but Pate was still insisting on being allowed to complain about the first-degree assault charges.
Can I say a few things, or?
No. I need to understand what it is that we're
I would
doing
just
here
like for
today,
the
Mr.
court-
Pate.
Yes. I had every intention of coming in here today and entering a guilty plea based on the mediation that we had. It's very difficult for me to enter a guilty plea to felony-related charges that I've been in law enforcement for 25 years, and never have I ever charged someone with felony charges on a situation pertaining to this that was similar to this.
And boy, did he talk. At a point, his lawyer had to butt in and explain why he should keep quiet.
If I may interject, just if you intend not to enter a plea, don't say very much about the case, because what you say here under oath will be used against you.
But Pate continued to go on and on and on and on and on.
It's difficult for me to enter a guilty plea for a lot of reasons, and I don't want this court to think that I am trying to minimize, take away from, or deflect any responsibility that I had in this situation that occurred. I do absolutely feel like that because of my bad decisions, this whole case took a turn that it wouldn't have taken had it not been the Breckinridge County Sheriff.
Judge Crocker decided to get things back on track.
I think we are back, Mr. Pate, and probably should have stayed in the place where we started.
But this chatterbox would not take a hint and even started taking jabs at the prosecuting attorney.
I think everybody in this room wants this over with. And if I could address Blake, I hope you learn from this case I'm not mad at you. I'm not in any way upset with you.
Mr. Pate,
Not that it
we
matters.
have reached that point now.
Okay.
This is either a yes or no. Are you going to enter your plea or not?
I guess everybody thinks it's funny.
Certainly not the people who I think are here with you today, Mr.
No, they don't. I've broken everybody's heart. But it's hard for me when I see Mr. Chambers sitting over there smiling.
Finally, Pate agreed to plead guilty.
Let me just plea and get it over with for everybody. Plea to something that I absolutely do not feel good about, but I don't want you to try to send me to the penitentiary for years and years.
But the judge's patience with Pate had run out.
Probably
I think we're
unusual,
done.
but
At
let's
this
do
point in
it.
time, I think we're done. And so let me tell you where I think we are today, is that we have executed plea documents. Whether or not Mr. Pate has the right to withdraw his plea now that he's executed
Taken to jail and held without bond. After spending some time
from a bunch of officers ganging up on a deaf man to a corrupt cop trying to use his power to escape a DUI arrest.
You been drinking?
Here are 6 dirty cops who got sued and fired.
Disclaimer, all content in this video is for general educational purposes only.
In 2019, San responded to a call about a physical disturbance. And right off the bat, things started heating up. The man named John Kelly is
God, I was muted. What do y'all think should have been done in this instant? This man is getting tased out of his ass. He's deaf. He can't hear commands. They could fucking kill him, dude.
down on the ground, but the officers keep using their tasers. And that's when the poor dude lets the cops know what.
I just want to cry right now. Oh my God, I feel so bad for this man.
Why he can't hear them.
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back, sir.
Dude, you can hear this man say he's deaf. We can hear this man say he's deaf on your camera. He's right there in your face telling you he's fucking deaf. And you're going to continue to tell this man to put his hands behind his back. At least you could fucking distribute. Oh my God. You could demonstrate to him what you want him to do. He is deaf. You are tasing him all the time. You are frightening this man. He cannot hear your commands. Get over it. Stop. You're pissing me off.
All right, grab his hand. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up.
As the cops keep getting aggressive, so does the man.
Look around. Just have him stand up. I think it's pretty. Let me see your hands. Hands. Let me see your hands. I think he's gonna fall.
While the suspect repeatedly keeps trying to say that he's deaf, the police keep shouting verbal instructions at him.
I can't deal with this story, guys. Oh.
Look at me. Hey, look at me.
Finally, they understand. They give the man a way to communicate.
Hold it. Your name.
You can tell just how hurt and tired the man is at this point.
No
he
doubt.
keeps waiting for
No
the cops to
doubt.
give him some kind of answer, but they just stand there and watch.
What the?
After going back and forth, the officers decide to arrest the man for no reason. And of course, he's pretty frustrated at this point. Trying to let them know that he's innocent. After all that tasing, he needs immediate medical attention too, which the cops realize much later on.
What appears to be markings from where Kelly says he was tased, and he's still wondering why it escalated the way it did. Scratches, scabs.
God. You guys see all that? Wow.
And marks from a run-in with San Marcos police are ingrained into John Kelly's mind. He says officers used excessive force unprovoked, landing him in the hospital.
Dude, he's deaf. You have more than one police officer hollering and screaming at you, but you can't hear what they're saying. All you hear is mumbling. And they just continue and continue and continue. And then finally, when they actually decide to believe that he's deaf, they give him the phone to write his name to check him, right? And worried about his health. You just tased him how many times? Then, after how long? They want to decide that he needs paramedics. I hope he got a lot of money out of this. A lot.
Kelly later went on the record and sued the cops for their unwarranted violence.
I just told them that I am deaf. I verbally said that. I would sign this. I am deaf. And then they instantly just tased me. Pretty too late by the time EMS had arrived. I was completely confused. I thought they were helping him, but the police immediately left and said, "You can go."
Baffled by the miscommunication with a deaf man, get ready for a shocker. Even clear words don't seem to get through to some cops.
What are y'all doing? Bro!
But before that, meet Deputy Jamie Godey, who had stopped a 61-year-old veteran named James Hodges after believing him to be a threat. Mr. Hodges was legally blind and carrying his cane to walk, but the deputy thought that it was a gun.
Oh my God.
What's this in your back pocket? I just saw you walking it.
The navigational aids. What's the problem? You a tyrant?
Yeah, I am actually. What's your name and date of birth?
I don't have to give that unless.
Yes, sir. I was investigating.
You have reasonable.
Do you want me to put you in handcuffs right now? Yes, sir, I do.
James is taken aback by the deputy's harsh behavior, and that leads to a heated argument.
What is your suspicion?
It looks like you're carrying a gun in your back pocket. I'm stopping to make sure you're carrying it properly. You don't
have you ensured that it's not a firearm?
No, you keep turning so I can't see it. You don't have to be a to me.
Well, you're being one to me.
No, sir, I'm doing my job.
Am I detained?
Yeah, you are. What's your name and date of birth?
It does not matter.
Yes, sir, it does.
Do you have a crime?
Would you like me
Call
to
your
put you in here?
supervisor,
He's right
please.
here.
James then goes up to the deputy's partner, holding up his walking stick to clear up the confusion.
What's the stop you for? For a walking stick. And it could look like a weapon. She asked you to really present it, okay? Now she's asking me for ID. Okay. I don't need the ID unless there's a reasonable articulated suspicion that I have committed a crime, am committing a crime, or about to do a crime.
But surprise, surprise, he refuses to listen.
Okay.
Yeah, she was a
That is
bitch.
when Hodges lets the officers know he's legally blind.
Sir, you legally blind? Yes, I am.
After Hodges gives the officers his ID card, he's taken into custody for resisting an officer.
All right, Mr. Hodges. Was that hard?
It's gonna be. I want your name and your badge number. You know, I put in jail for resisting.
Okay. I see.
You want to pick my property up,
I
please?
sure will, after you have a seat.
You want to pull this out of my back pocket?
Sure. Here, I'll grab your jacket for you, too.
Hodges later went on the record to talk about the whole thing and sue the two officers for pain and suffering, mental anguish, and inconvenience, and also the loss of personal property.
Well, I've always been the kind of person that don't really take things lying down. But I made up my mind to properly, and it is the law in Florida that you are supposed to resist unlawful orders. So I made up my mind to properly, legally, and as mature as possible, given the circumstances, to fight back.
After all that, the Columbia County Sheriff went on the record to talk about how the two officers had been suspended for their inappropriate behavior.
Since the incident involved a patrol sergeant, the patrol lieutenant and captain were made aware of the incident. The administrative investigation concluded the afternoon of 11/7, and allegations of policy violations against these two deputies were sustained.
And if you thought that was the worst of it, wait till you get a load of these cops who confused an innocent father for a criminal. Meet Sylvester Hayes, who was pulled over by the Dallas police while he was getting his kids something to eat.
Okay, well, what's your information? That's all. Damn, I'm finna go get something to eat. Okay, hey, if you're good, sir, you're good.
For some reason, the officer was mistaking him with a wanted domestic violence suspect, not even bothering to check if he had the right guy.
I'll explain to you. I know. Step out. I'll explain everything.
No, sir. Tell me why.
Right now, you are being detained.
When Sylvester demands to know why he's being arrested, things start getting aggressive.
It's gonna get tased. Come on, step out. 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 Step out. Come on,
This is my gun. This is my
As the officer
Did he say that was? Did he say that was my gun? That they were maybe grasping at?
officers attempt to take Hayes into custody, he gets pretty violent.
Bro, what the
He tries to let them know that they have the wrong man, but the cops don't want to listen.
What are y'all doing? Bro!
That is when the officers push him into the side of a car, hurting him even more.
But 84 out of this as well. And starters and record please.
Get in the car! Get in there! Where y'all?
Yes, girl. I know. Oh my God. But he's back in jail now. He's back in the prison now. So I might go ride by there just to show y'all where he's at. Yeah. He's gonna get what's coming to him. I'm surprised it took this long. But he did have an appeal with some kind of new evidence or something, but the judge denied it. So, but yes, when I heard that, I thought about you.
To make things worse, the officers then restrain him while the man still has no idea what's going on.
Help me! Help! Somebody help me!
That's what I wanted to say with this guy. They are very rough on him, and I'll say it. I don't give a crap. It's because he's black.
Stop! Stop!
Why the first thing they want to do is grab their neck? Just like the George Floyd. Why is the first thing their neck? So you could cut off their breathing supply? Get the F out of here, people.
Stop! No, let me say. You got cut. No, hurting me. No, we're not. You're hurting yourself. No, what are y'all doing? You're hurting yourself. Well, he's down. Search him. Bro, I don't have it in his pocket. Yeah, bro.
I'm sorry. Have y'all all this stuff for what Pink Bo said an hour? Have y'all seen any of these police be this aggressive to any of them except the deaf guy? And why is that? The deaf guy was deaf, of course. And why is this? Go figure.
Bro, on the floor, that is my gun.
The entire incident is captured on multiple body cams.
You're the one that
Oh my God.
Y'all don't even understand. Y'all in big trouble. Go for it. I don't care. Y'all in big trouble.
After he's restrained and in the car, Hayes begs the officers to let him go.
Come on, you black man, what are they doing? I got 4 kids, man.
But things get worse when the cops discover a gun in his car.
That is my weapon in my name. That's my weapon in my name. Bro, I got doing this for no reason, man. I gotta go get something to eat for my kids, bro. I gotta go get something to eat for my kids, and that's how they do me. Yo.
But guess what? When the officer's supervisor arrives on the scene, he reveals that they have the wrong man.
Mr. Hayes. So, and I don't know all the story, but there is a.
Oh, bitch, you in trouble, bruh. All of that aggressiveness for what? guys for what? Nothing.
Another Sylvester Hayes, right? So give me a second, right? And that Sylvester Hayes does have a warrant.
Yeah, baby, I'm the third, man.
Okay, so your last name is Hayes?
Hayes, so that's the name first. S-I-L-B-E-S-T-E-R.
Okay, and then your date of birth?
February 23rd, 1996. And I'm third.
We can handle all this, but when guns or stuff like that are in play,
I didn't pull anything.
No, I never said that, right?
With everything, come on, man. With everything that's going on now, why would I pull the gun, man? I ain't trying to be another. Man, come on, man. I don't have to say it.
That's when the cops realize that they've seriously messed up. While all of this is going on, a bunch of other officers keep searching the car.
Another magazine?
After the confusion was cleared, Hayes took the cops to court, seeking punitive damages and attorney's fees in a lawsuit, pointing to 2 counts of excessive force and 1 count of unlawful arrest. From one chaotic arrest to the next, this time the victim is a delivery man whose shift takes quite the detour.
No, I wanted to know how much that man got for all of that abuse. Didn't say.
Do you feel okay?
I'm okay. I'm humiliated.
In 2022, this cop pulled over a DoorDash driver for a speeding violation.
Hey man, stick your hands out the window.
But what looks like a normal traffic stop soon turns pretty nasty.
Are you by yourself? All right. Do you know why I'm stopping you?
No.
I've been chasing you all the way back there. You're doing 120 when you pass State Street.
I didn't realize it.
All right. Is the car in park? All right. Go ahead and step out for me, please. All right. Just go ahead and put your hands on top of the car there for me. I'm just going to pat you down. You don't have any weapons on you? Okay. All right. Go ahead and put your feet up for me, bud. All right. I'm off the board. I'm with the police for a minute.
The driver is pretty cooperative right from the beginning.
Anything in the car you're not supposed to have?
Nope.
And why are you going so fast?
Oh, no. I didn't even realize it. I was trying to get to my customer on DoorDash right now.
Your DoorDash at 120?
120. Holy shit. Anyway, you got stopped by the cops. So whoever's I wouldn't want to be waiting for my DoorDash. That's not my order.
Man, you were dashing then, aren't we?
I didn't realize.
All right, is this your driver's license in here?
Let me see my wallet.
Okay, what's in this pocket here?
I don't. You can go in there.
All right, sorry if I take it out?
Yes,
nothing sharp is going to pull me?
I don't know.
What's that?
No, it shouldn't.
Okay.
The officer calls in more cops for backup and keeps questioning the man with no good reason whatsoever.
All right, turn just a little bit. Okay, all right, you can stand right there. All right, go ahead and grab your driver's license out of your wallet there for me, please. Thank you. Is your license valid?
Yep.
Is this your car? No drugs or alcohol today? No marijuana either? No.
I don't know that.
Okay. All right, let's walk over towards the front of my truck here real quick.
Okay.
All right, just stand right by the front there. Just gonna turn these lights down. You can stand with your hands down. You okay?
Despite having no evidence against the man, the cop is suspicious of drug abuse.
Okay. All right, go ahead and turn around and face me just for a second. I just want to look at your eyes real quick. Just keep the other hands on my sides. Look straight ahead. Look straight ahead. You're not using any drugs at all? Why are your pupils so pinpoint?
I'm nervous. I got pulled over.
Well, that doesn't change pupils. I mean, they're like super, super small. Can you see those after the car?
I'm not on anything. I'll take a test or whatever.
Okay. You don't take any prescription medication for anything? You're a pretty healthy guy?
I'm healthy.
Okay. Are you diabetic or have any medical problems?
Not that I know of.
Okay. You're not a diabetic though?
No.
Okay. All right. Because the only thing that makes your pupils pinpoint like that are narcotics.
Okay. Well.
Okay. Like a narcotic analgesic will do that. You're not using any heroin or opium or anything?
Oh my God.
Well, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful. You're DoorDashing at 120.
Yeah.
Okay.
The driver is passing all the sobriety tests, but the cop keeps insisting on performing them over and over again.
Your eyes are jumping all over the place. Why is that?
Could we take a test or something? I didn't have nothing to hide.
Is there anything in your car you're not supposed to have?
Search my car.
Okay. All right. These officers are going to do that real quick while I finish doing these tests, okay?
On the phone that you'll call him back?
I prefer to leave
Or
it.
you can tell him what's happening, they can just hang out.
Yeah, just tell them to stay on the call.
Okay. All right. Let's keep going here, okay? All right. Can you see all right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, try to move your head, okay?
But,
just keep looking at it.
I'm like really nervous.
That's right. Just keep looking at my finger. Okay.
We can't even do the eye test because your eyes are bouncing all over the place. Okay, I'm a drug recognition officer. Okay, there's not a doubt in my mind that what's going on here.
Okay, well, let's do a test or something. I'm not on anything.
At this point, the driver is pretty nervous, but the cop continues to intimidate him.
I'm nervous. Like I'm in Zeeland, Michigan. I'm a black man. I'm scared as hell.
That shouldn't be an issue whatsoever. You live in Holland, don't you? So you come through Zeeland all the time, probably.
Probably not. No.
You got 3 officers standing here. We're all wearing cameras. There's nothing to be nervous about.
And since he's clearly not on anything, the man agrees to the cop performing even more tests.
Well, I mean, test me. I'm not on anything.
Okay. All right. So the next test we're gonna do, same thing, feet together. Go ahead and put your feet together there. What's your first name again?
Torian.
One more time. Cornell. Torian. Yep. Okay. Am I saying that right? Torian. Okay. All right. So same thing, feet together, hands down by your sides. What you're gonna do is you're gonna tilt your head back. You're gonna close your eyes and you're gonna say your alphabet E through P. So you're gonna start at E as in Edward, and you're gonna stop at P as in Paul. Okay.
Backwards?
No, not backwards. E through P. So you're gonna start with E, and you're gonna say your alphabet up until P.
Okay.
You understand? Mm-hmm. Okay. So head back, eyes closed, E through P.
E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P.
Okay, thank you. What's the highest level of education that you have?
High school.
Okay. Did you grow up around here somewhere?
Saginaw.
In Saginaw? Okay. All right. So what you're going to do now is you don't tilt your head back or anything, okay? Just stand like you are right now. You're going to start at number 68. You're going to count backwards by 1 and stop at 53. So all you're doing is simply counting down from 68 to 53. You understand?
No, tilt my head back.
No, you don't tilt your head back. Just 68 down to 53.
68, 67, 66, 65, 64, 63, 62, 61, 60, 59, 58, 57, 56, 55, 54, 53.
Okay, thank you.
A clear indication of his innocence.
All right, one more eye test, okay? All right, so this time my finger, you're gonna watch tip my finger.
Okay.
It's gonna make a series of circles around your face. My finger's gonna come right towards the edge of your nose, but I promise you it's gonna look like I'm gonna touch you, but I'm not gonna touch you, okay? So just follow the tip of my finger, all right? All right, here we go. Can you see it okay?
Yep.
Okay, it's gonna come towards your nose now. One more time. Okay. I know that one seems weird, doesn't it? Okay.
No matter what the driver does, though, the cops keep on going.
Wow. I feel sorry for whoever's DoorDash orders in that car right now.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, let's try it again. All right, go ahead and start back in your right foot in front of your left. I told you I was showing you an abbreviated version of what this looks like. Okay, I did 3 steps. You have to do 9 down, turn away. I showed you how to turn 9 back.
Okay.
Okay.
I thought you told me 3 steps. Like, 'cause you said 1.
Yeah, I was just showing you an abbreviated version. Okay. All right. So go ahead and put your right foot in front of your left. Hands down by your sides. Okay, and begin.
1, 2.
And at this point, the man has had enough.
Do you feel okay?
I'm okay. I'm humiliated.
Look, there's no reason to be humiliated. You understand why I stopped you, though, right?
I understand it.
If you're doing 120 miles an hour that you don't pull over the police, obviously you're going to get...
I didn't realize
That's why we're saying you're talking, right?
I didn't realize it, and I didn't see you, and I own up to that.
Okay.
See you. Take a piss really bad.
It's okay. The cold's not helping.
Yeah,
but
it's not helping.
But yeah, I had you on radar at 117 and then 120 when you actually passed me.
Yeah, I didn't realize it.
Okay.
The officer eventually has to let the man go, but he makes sure to sue them in court for racial profiling soon after.
I'll tell you what, go ahead and have a seat in your car so you can get warm. I'm going to write you a speeding ticket and you're going to be on your way. All right? You got all your stuff up here?
Yes, do you have a business card too?
Yes, you bet.
I know I'm wrong, but...
No, you bet. I'll give you one.
I have a whole family of law, and I mean, I have a whole family of law, so I know.
Oh, okay.
So can you give me all of your badge numbers?
You bet. Yep. You'll get I'll get your card from everybody.
You're a narcotics. Is that a narcotics detection?
Yeah. Yep. Drug detection. Yep.
So just all badge numbers.
You bet. You bet.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Wow, power sure goes straight to some people's head, doesn't it? Just like this corrupt officer who attacked an unarmed 17-year-old.
Out of the car, on the ground. On the ground. Ah! Told you!
This is Bryce Masters, a 17-year-old who was dead for 8 minutes after being tased in the chest. But how did it happen? Bryce was pulled.
I find something extremely suspicious if they were doing all of this to me. Are you a black woman? Or I'm just asking because like this was racial profiling, and whoever is African American, I'm sure they felt the same way. Hell, I'm white and that's how I feel. This is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Over.
Only because, dude, they're innocent and then they treat them like this, and we're not all bad. Hell, not everybody doing 120 is on drugs or alcohol. I mean, come on.
For a traffic stop by former Missouri police officer Timothy Runnels in 2014.
Roll all the way down. I can't hear you. You gotta roll all the way down. You can't hear me? Roll all the way down. I can hear you. Roll it all the way down. For what?
From the very beginning, you can see that the teenager doesn't put up much of a fight. In fact, he's pretty scared when the officer approaches him.
Out. Hey, am I under arrest? Get out. Am I under arrest? No. Out. I'm gonna pull you out. Don't come out.
Masters attempts to ask the officer why he's being stopped, but the officer refuses to answer his question and resorts to violence instead.
You really want to get tased right here in the middle of your car? Get your ass out now. I haven't done anything, officer. I haven't done anything, officer. What, am I under arrest? Yeah. Am I under arrest?
Bruh, I wish a cop would try to pull me out my car. Oh, I wish I would definitely be going to jail. But don't pull me out no car, bet.
Am I under arrest? Am I in the car? Am I under arrest?
When Bryce isn't coming out of the car, the officer pulls out his taser and starts using it on the young boy non-stop.
Out of the car, on the ground. On the ground. Ah! I told you. Hands behind your back.
Bryce yells out,
Oh my gosh. And then he's just standing there on top of the dude, tasing him, going, I tell you so. This is pissing me off so much.
out in pain, and you can clearly see that he's down. But the officer doesn't stop the physical violence. Runnels starts searching the boy after dropping him face first onto the ground, not paying attention to the fact that the teen's heart had slowed down and he was having trouble breathing.
How scary.
When Runnels finally realizes that something's seriously wrong, he calls his partner over to see what's going on. He tries to make Bryce get up, but the teen is clearly unconscious at that point.
No, he started fighting me in his car, so I told him I was going to tase him rather than fight his car. So he kept doing it, so I tased him.
Thankfully, an ambulance arrives soon enough, immediately treating Bryce for the heart attack that he's been going through all this time. The teenager was then rushed to the hospital, where the doctors found out that his brain had been deprived of oxygen for over 8 minutes, resulting in permanent damage. After the footage was released, Reynolds was fired from the police department on charges of violating a minor's rights and was sentenced to 4 years in prison for his actions.
Violating a minor's rights? How about he was dead for 8 minutes? What about that?
Cops just never learn their lesson, like this captain who thought that being a cop would let him off the hook for breaking the law
Yeah, Pinkbo, Birdo, remember this one?
by himself.
You been drinking?
Meet Oklahoma City Police Captain James Matt French, who was being pulled over for a DUI, but he immediately wants to use his authority to put an end to the whole thing.
Stay in your vehicle. Back in your car. Drunk?
Captain.
Huh? A what?
Captain.
Of what? Don't reach in your pocket. Get back in your car.
When the cop approaches him, it's pretty evident that he's drunk out of his mind.
You been drinking tonight?
I just got a ride.
You been drinking tonight, sir?
I'm a captain on the police department.
What police department?
Oklahoma City.
What division?
Investigations.
And while he admits to his mistake, he also wants to get out of the arrest.
You been drinking? How much we had to drink tonight, sir? Please. Huh? I'm not turning my camera off.
Okay.
When his plan doesn't work, the man has to get out and submit to the questioning.
Go ahead and step out of the vehicle. You gotta be kidding me. Yeah, we're not gonna get a return on it. How much we drink tonight, sir?
I was at a poker game.
Uh-huh. Because you were swerving all over and when you turn up here, you didn't use your signal.
I'm sorry.
And that's when he starts spinning the story.
How much you drink at your poker game?
Not much.
Not much? How much is not much?
I don't know.
Beer? Liquor? How many beers?
3 or 4.
3 or 4? How long ago was that?
It's been going on a while.
How long ago did you drink your last beer, sir?
What time is it now?
It's 01:40.
Midnight.
You think you should drive it?
No, but I came from 4 blocks.
Your mom lives here.
I live here.
You live here?
Yes.
The officer isn't having any of it, though, and he immediately arrests the man.
I'll just turn around and patch you down.
Go ahead. Do what you need to do. I promise you I'm not a problem.
Okay.
Can I shut my door?
I'll shut it for you.
but he's still having a hard time following instructions.
Hang on right there, sir. Got you, buddy. Just stand with your feet together, hands down by your side for me. Hands down by your side, please.
When the tests begin, he fails pretty miserably at them.
So on and so forth until I tell you to stop. At any point in time, you lose your balance, your foot touches the ground. Just go ahead and pick your foot back up and continue to count, okay? Give these instructions I've explained to you.
Yes, he is going to be what? Probably like probably almost a vegetable since he was without oxygen for so long. I know when my nanny had her heart attack in the bathroom and nobody knew she was without oxygen for so long. And yeah. Kaz. Well, it depends in the state because most states don't make you do day for day, especially with that charge. So he'll do 85% probably of that charge, depending on what state.
Mr. French, you may begin.
Once again, he tries to get the officer to turn his body cam off.
Are you going to do the test or not?
Will you please talk to me?
I'll talk to you once we're
You
done.
can turn it off.
Why everybody wants to come in when it's over? I have 1 minute left. Hey, Ashton. Hey, Cass.
You can turn it on.
I can turn it off once I'm done with my investigations.
Okay.
Once again, it doesn't work.
You want to try that again?
I will.
All right, you may begin.
1, 2, 3, 4.
The officer gives him one last chance to get it right.
2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
And when that clearly doesn't work, the chief is arrested once and for all, after which he's immediately put on administrative leave.
From a drug addict behaving like she's right in the middle of an exorcism.
Make sure you're watching your race float. Keep your arms on your side.
To a college footballer breaking down in tears after getting busted.
I have almost a pound.
Sir. These drug addicts thought they could fool the cops.
Yeah, I want to watch this one real quick. It's 26 minutes. I'll play it since some people are just coming in. I'll play this one also.
But boy, were they wrong. Disclaimer, all content in this video is for general educational purposes only. A couple of officers were dispatched to a fast food place after a suspicious vehicle was reported to have been in a parking lot for a while. They arrived to find a woman on the scene, and it's safe to say that she was not in her right mind.
Come on, turn the car off.
I did. It's been off all.
Can you get up out of the car, please?
Yeah.
What are you guys doing?
We're in the drive-thru.
Go outside smoking. For the coffee.
So what happened? Where do you guys come from?
Yeah, Martin Noble.
So you drove over here?
Yeah, we live in Shorewood. And it was fine. We bought it literally a week ago.
Okay.
The police ask her what's going on, but her responses are a little weird.
So who's driving?
He was.
Well, yeah.
You were in the driver's seat when I got here, right?
No, yeah,
Yeah,
I was
he-
getting the stuff back
he
in the
was
trunk.
okay to
Yeah,
take it.
yeah. Like the guy said, I don't know the drive-thru was. Like you said, we need to.
Oh, you did? I don't think I saw it. I don't think I've seen like a video with people actually on drugs when they get stopped.
Need an Uber.
Because this has happened before. I worked with cars model law.
My mom literally just bought this car and now she's in the hospital. You know what I mean? Okay.
She's jittery and fidgeting, and she probably
I know I have it on 1.25 speed, yo, but they for real on speed.
doesn't even know she's doing it because of all the drugs that she's on.
You guys got IDs on you?
Yeah, driver's license.
Yeah, I don't have mine right now, but yeah.
That's when one of the officers lets her know that he suspects her of being under the influence.
You got anything with her first? I'm gonna take one.
I will tell y'all, I'm sorry, I'm stopping it, but when I did meth, I would always be paranoid that people can tell, like this girl right here. You know what I mean? I was always paranoid like that. Like I would specifically have it in my mind to slow down. To, not, yeah, it was crazy. But February's 2 years sober. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
I don't see why you have to.
Because you're acting like you're under the influence. Well, I got here, car's running, you're in the driver's seat, right?
Right.
Your pupils are extremely constricted, and you're acting very erratically.
The woman keeps denying that she's under the influence, but surprisingly consents to some field tests.
Are you okay with doing some tests to make sure you're good to drive?
Absolutely.
I got here, you were in the driver's seat.
Absolutely, but I won't be able to drive.
Why can't you?
I mean, I can if I need to, but.
Oh, I got here, you're in the driver's seat, car's running. You know?
Oh no! Oh, y'all saw. Stop. Y'all saw that? Stop. Oh, I can't. I know y'all saw that, right? Watch her head.
Your pupils are extremely constricted.
It's not.
Acting
It's
very
hard.
erratically.
The woman keeps denying that she's under the influence, but surprisingly consents to some field tests.
Are you okay with doing some tests to make sure you're good to drive?
Absolutely.
I got here, you were in the driver's seat.
Absolutely, but I won't be able to drive.
Why can't you?
I mean, I can if I need to, but.
Oh, I got here, you're in the driver's seat.
I stopped it at the best parts. Yeah.
The car's running.
I was out there bring my photos. I just want to get a littering ticket.
You won't get a littering ticket. All right, come over here for me.
The officer then starts performing these tests, and as expected, she can barely keep up. Seeing the results, the officer gives her one last chance to come clean.
See, your pupils are extremely small.
Okay.
Yes. Pink Boberto, he did class after class after class after class, and work release, trustee, like, yeah, he did. I told him, I was like, I'm not waiting more than 3.5 years. I actually told him 4, I think, and he did it in 3.5.
There has to be a reason for that. So do you want to just be honest about what you're taking?
I'm not taking anything. I don't know if it said I was wearing sunglasses.
No.
Possibly.
All right.
While the officer explains the rules of the next test, the woman starts zoning out completely, and her weird behavior continues all over again.
You have to keep your head steady and try to cross your eyes. Remember, keep your eyes focused on the pen. And towards your nose.
I
want
love
access
her
your nose. All you have to do is
expression.
follow my finger, okay? You understand that?
You're supposed to start off normal, right? And then they'll cross you as I follow you. Okay.
The officer is shocked to see how she doesn't even realize her behavior is not okay.
Are you okay?
I mean, do you see how you're acting right now? It's not normal.
Louisiana has the highest incarceration rate in the country. Well, it was till they had the prison reform, and they let tons of prisoners with low crime with low crimes that they've committed out, and I think they lowered the time to 35%. I think. I'm not sure if it is or not, but yeah. And I would call DOC every day, the automated thing, to see if they changed his release date yet for all of his, good time and everything. That, yeah, it was crazy. Never in my life will I ever do it again.
No, just the way you're like consistently moving and acting.
I was just going to ask you if I did okay. I never took a test like that before.
No, it looks to me like you're tweaking. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's the way you're acting.
Yes, ma'am.
The second test is about to begin, and she won't stop acting this way.
Stand feet to arms on your side. Take your right foot in front of your left foot with the heel of your right foot against the heel of your left foot.
I'm sorry, I didn't.
Take your right foot, put it in front of your left foot with the heel of your right foot against the heel of your left foot like this. All right, put your hands on your side.
Oh, he's gone back to jail a couple of times since then. He got out 2016, I think. So, yeah, it's a never-ending process with him. He's institutionalized, and it's sad. But, that's what happens when you've spent more time in prison than you have on the street.
And things only get weirder once the test actually starts. It's like her body isn't fully in her control anymore. So the officer has no choice but to take the test all over again. The but the lady just can't seem to follow any instructions.
Make sure you're watching your race foot. Keep your arms on your side and keep both legs straight. You understand the instructions? All right. Give me 1 second. I'm going to tell you when to begin, all right? Okay. You want to take your sandals off and do it? Yeah. Go ahead and take them off.
Thank you.
Do you remember all the instructions?
Yes.
Okay. You can begin.
1,001, 1,002, 1,003.
The officer once again asks her to come clean about her substance abuse, though, but she doesn't want to admit any of it.
What were you using? What were you using? What?
Yeah.
That was the last time you used it. You know who your sounds like?
Clearly, her behavior says otherwise, which is why the officer has to resort to extreme measures.
Well, you're under arrest. You're under arrest for DUI.
She's so messed up. The closed caption can't even pick up what she's saying. Pink Bow, no. At the time, I thought 3.5 years was enough because we were together. But now I wish he would have done all 12, actually. And his previous sentence before that was 10 years, and I think he did it in 5 or 6.
You're in.
Then a quick search of the lady's bag reveals a bunch of illegal substances, which is more than enough for her to be incriminated.
He said there's perks and everything. She said she got some. He's still playing.
So he said that she took perks?
By the end of it, the woman is an absolute mess. She's then charged with aggravated DUI. But if you thought that was as wild as it gets, wait till you look at this young boy who begged the cop.
I wonder what happened to the guy that was with her. The one that had his face blocked out, and if he was okay, why wasn't he in the driver's seat?
To save his career.
I'm an early freshman. I played football at Alabama.
But before that, in January of 2023, this 35-year-old woman was arrested for possession of Xanax.
Hi, you okay? Yes, I'm fine. What's going on, guys? Nothing.
I just
want to go back. I want to go to bed, and that's it. What was your name? Ashley Thomas. Ashley Thomas.
But what's surprising is that this was her 4th run-in with the law in a single week. When the officers approached her, she starts telling a story that doesn't make a lot of sense, probably because she's on too much Xanax.
Came in, and the bartender, who favors me but doesn't like him, gave him a free.
Yeah, ladies, Xanax and alcohol doesn't do too well.
Drink. But then she started talking about him, and then it was still like favoring him. I was like, okay, whatever. I said nothing. And then some girl I don't even know came out of nowhere, grabbed me by my neck, threw me up against the wall like some fat bitch. She had to be 250 at least.
Oh.
So like, that's okay, right? No, absolutely not.
At one point, she starts having a full-on mental breakdown.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is when the officers realize she might be on something.
No! Stop. Give me your hands. Stop resisting. Give me your hands. Stop resisting. Give me your hands. Stop resisting.
Why? Because he's a piece of I did not slip. Did I slap you in your face? Yeah, okay. Bye. Everything I pay for, bye. Leave me alone.
She was accused of slapping 2 officers while they were trying to help her, hence the arrest.
Okay, Ashley, right? Because I've been strangled and I've had black eyes. You guys just on it, right? Thanks a lot.
You did yourself.
Yeah.
Her erratic behavior doesn't even stop once she's put in the police car.
Stop! Don't stop! If you ever,
Ashley, stop! You're going to break the window, and that's a felony. So stop.
When she's taken to the hospital, she refuses to step out of the car.
Please step out of the car, Ashley. Come on. Please, can I just not be here? I don't need to be here. I don't need this. This is not fair. Where's my purse? I've got your purse. Where's my purse? I've got your home.
She keeps throwing herself to the ground so the officers can't take her.
Yeah. No, camera on my face. Wait, where's the body? Where's the body camera?
I believe that strategy is called turtling. The officers eventually have to restrain her.
Really? Is it hit for tat? Who's the
I never heard of turtling. Have y'all?
Sit up for a second. What's wrong with you?
Because she refuses to tell the truth, Ashley has to be tested for drugs by a medical team. Even then, she continues to wreak havoc.
Oh my God. Remember that one lady that they had to bring in to get blood work? That black lady, remember? And she was like, her mom had just died. Oh, Kaz, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Oh, bravo. Yippee, yippee, yay. And she had just lost her mom, and she blew, enough to get arrested, but she wouldn't I think she wouldn't blow another or something like that. I don't remember exactly what it was, but they had to bring her to the hospital to get the blood work. And we were just like, how are they going to stick her? And I think it was Pink Bow that was like, if she's a really good nurse, she'll be able to get her. And I tell you what, dude, she just like went right in, boop, got it out. She ain't had no time to fight, though.
Go ask them.
Sit down.
No. Do me a favor and go and ask them.
Sit down. Sit down.
No, I'm not going to. Don't talk
Do
to me.
you want me to put you back in cuffs?
No, and I don't want to, and you're not going to.
Back off.
No, and don't touch me.
Back off.
And don't touch me.
Don't put your hands in my face.
You just touched my. You
Back
just
off.
touched me. You just touched me. I want to know why I'm standing here waiting for what? What result? She just touched me first. Okay, so can you go ask? No, I didn't. I stood right here and I said I want to know what I'm waiting for.
You're waiting on the blood results.
I'm not Amber. I'm Ashley. So what? What? I want to go.
The officer tries to explain that they're waiting for her labs to come back, but nothing seems to make any sense to Ashley.
And it's fine, and I'm not dying, so let me go.
So you're typing it. Wouldn't you rather sit in this comfy bed than go to jail?
I'm going to go to jail regardless. Let me get it over with, please, and I'll bond out. Like, I don't care.
Okay.
Please take me.
Again.
That's when she starts throwing full-blown insults at the officer.
No, don't touch me. Don't touch me again. I want to leave, and don't touch me again before I jack you in the face. You're not being very fair. If you put your hands on me, I have every right to put my hands on you. So don't touch me and think I need to touch your back. That's weird as fuck.
Are you threatening a public official?
I'm not threatening you. You just touched me.
You with a felony?
No, I don't. You touched me. Why do you think I can't touch you? I want my purse, and my purse has my personal possessions in it.
I'm just charging you. Okay.
Can you please? Thank you.
So you
Thank you.
Let me get your paperwork.
First person ever.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's it.
Yep.
The officer is then left with no choice but to cuff her. After she's tested positive for drugs, big surprise, she's taken to the prison.
One statute where you're being charged because no bond, it has to be set by a judge.
Like what? For why? For what? Like what?
Domestic battery is no bond.
What? Because I smacked him in the face because he deserved it? Whoa.
She continues to argue with the cops, attempting to convince them to let her go.
So how is that true though? Because I know a lot of I didn't get like pulled over with $10,000 worth of cocaine, and they're like, hey, I got out on an I-bond or whatever the fuck. You call your lawyer, he will tell you. No, I'm gonna get out now.
Yeah. Then she starts fighting the officers for her phone.
They want my purse, they want everything, and it doesn't give you permission. Here, I'm calling around. No. Then give me my. Let me. You're right.
Stop.
No. You.
Stop.
What? Don't touch me.
More charges, baby.
Shut your fucking Stop. Give me your arm. Give me your arm. Give me your arm.
Cry for your phone now.
She ends up punching a cop right in his face.
Now you just practiced with now she kicked me too.
I want to see.
Took me down. Get the
In the face.
Get away from me.
You don't just go punch a cop in the face.
We want to see.
Just slap him in the face.
And you touch me. You return. No,
Yep,
I can get myself. I can get myself up. I don't need help. If you ever touch me again, if you touch me again, I'm going to hurt you.
Ashley was then charged with 2 counts of unlawful possession of a controlled substance and 2 counts of resisting an officer. While this next boy didn't really harm anyone like Ashley did, he did end up ruining his
Man, I wanted to see her hit the cop.
own career after trying to run away from the cops.
I'm normally a pretty decent judge of character. This isn't you, right? I swear,
Meet University of Alabama freshman football player Tony Mitchell, who's being stopped for allegedly fleeing police at 141 miles per hour on March 15th. But when he was pulled over, Tony denies the escape attempt.
You didn't just run from me on Highway 79? Okay. I don't even know where it's in there. Like I said, I'm over here. I got you, man.
The footage then shows the officer asking Mitchell to place his keys on top of the car.
You have a key fob to the car? Yeah. The keys to the car, yeah. Yeah, just do me a favor. If you don't mind, just put them on top of your roof so the ignition can't feel it. Just set them on top of your roof.
So the ignition
just like that.
can't feel it?
Yeah. So the ignition won't pick up on it.
That's when the officer smells a whole bunch of marijuana.
Do you have your medical marijuana card? Do you have a medical marijuana card? Because I smell marijuana coming from the vehicle. Okay. So do you have marijuana? Because I smell it. Are you having a hard time understanding what I'm saying? Why does I didn't know why you was asking me, did I have a card? Yeah, because in Florida they do medical marijuana cards, but in Alabama they don't. It's just something I have to ask. Because I smell marijuana coming from the vehicle. All right. So here's the deal. As long as you're honest with me, I'm going to work with you. Okay. But if you're going to lie to me, I have the right to do a probable cause search right now. Okay. And I do believe your vehicle that just ran from us. All right. I didn't.
While denying it for the longest time, Mitchell finally cops to it.
All right, man. So where's the weed at? Now's a chance to be honest with me, partner.
Yeah, boy, give it to me.
Are you sure about that?
No, that's
because there was two of us there when you passed that church. All right. Just do me a favor, step out.
Mitchell is then asked to step out of the car for the officers to conduct a search.
Okay, all right. Stay back here to the front of my car. All right, you ain't got nothing on you? All right, just put your hands right here for me. I just want to make sure.
If you touch me, I have the right to punch you in your face.
Put your hands on your back for me. Back corner.
Throughout the search, the officers come up with way more marijuana than Tony admitted to.
Okay, that's more weed. How much weed y'all got? How much more weed y'all got? Am I gonna find anything else? Yeah, okay. How much weed is that? 100 grams. Okay. Do you have any firearms?
100 grams.
It's on the side. Do you have a concealed weapon permit?
100 divided by 28.
Do you have a concealed weapon permit, partner? Do you have a concealed weapon permit? Where is it? In your wallet? Where's the firearm? It's on this side. The driver's side? Your side?
Officers discovered 226 grams of marijuana,
Oh,
half a pound of
226.
weed, a loaded gun, and $7,000 in cash in the vehicle. So, of course, Mitchell and his passenger are both detained. And that
Why did he say so much of marijuana and then so much of weed? I thought it was the same thing.
leads to a total breakdown.
You ain't under arrest right now. I'm just going to talk to you, okay? Hey, it's going to be okay. Listen, you're just detained, okay? Just put them back to your car. I just got to read this to you. It's just our policy because you are in handcuffs, okay?
200 grams is 7 pounds. 7 ounces, my bad. 200 divided by 28. 28 grams is an ounce. So 7 ounces, my bad, not 7 pounds.
Then the lieutenant here will answer any questions you may have, all right? You do have the right to remain silent. If you choose to give up that right, anything you say can be used against you in court. You have the right to have an attorney with you prior to, during, or after answering any questions.
The defensive back tearfully pleaded with deputies while in custody, saying that the drugs weren't his.
I really can't even talk right now because, like, you don't have to talk, man. I'm sorry. None of that stuff is hard. I swear,
Stop lying. You know you was hotboxing in that car. Stop it.
I heard you say your buddy earlier that you can call your daddy. All right, listen, I'm a daddy too. I'm going to tell you can call him. He might be mad at you, but you can call him. It is, sir. Like, that is fun. I'm early freshman. I played football at Alabama, and, like, I know, like, play football for the University of Alabama. Yes, sir. I know what I got at, sir. Like,
no.
I did none of that stuff on me, sir.
He just fucked up his football career. Do y'all think so? Oh no, he's gonna get kicked off the team.
You think that other boy's actually gonna step up and say what's his? He knows it's his. Yeah, I know that's his gun too. I can tell because you didn't know what it was. The look on his face when you said gun told me you didn't know there was a gun in that car.
He then lets the officers know that running from the cops was his passenger's idea, and Mitchell was just scared.
The hell, sir? I ain't never drove that car. It's not scary. This is scary. Oh, is it? Okay. I thought it because man, I could hear you whenever I turned around. You gunned it. It's just that. Yeah. Man, I ain't gonna charge you with pleading and loot or anything like that. Okay. I appreciate your heart. Yeah. I will have to car either. I might possibly have to tow it, but I ain't gonna seize it. Okay. But you gotta get towed. It may. Oh, yeah, we don't know. It may. But regardless, you're still going to be able to get it back. I'm not holding it.
But his friend tells a different story.
What about the marijuana? What's in the vehicle? Is that yours or his? Just a crazy guy. Just got in the car. So you don't know nothing about the marijuana?
I don't know it's his. I don't know it's his. I don't know. It might be yours.
What about the firearm? I don't know. Okay. Y'all know whose gun that is? Okay. Okay, because he's saying it's not his. It's not mine. Okay, he's saying marijuana's not his either. It's not mine.
When officers report this information to Mitchell, he breaks down once again.
I'm not charging anything with the gun. He's catching the gun charge, but he's denying the marijuana. Sure. Okay. I swear on life on everything. There's nothing I can do on that. Okay, because it is a felony. I have no discretion over felonies. With the pills, that's possession of new drug. That's a misdemeanor. I can work with that. Okay. But I cannot work with a felony.
Sir, please listen to me, sir. Please.
I understand that. Trust me, I get it. No. This is the last thing I wanted to do. Okay?
No, sir, I can't, sir. I can't believe this is mine, sir. Like, I came through with my career, sir. I promise. I'm sorry.
All right, well, I understand, Bud. Just sit right. Let me talk to the lieutenant.
Eventually, both the boys are charged for possession of marijuana with intent to sell. Lewis was separately charged for carrying a firearm without a license, while Mitchell was suspended from the University of Alabama football team. Just like Mitchell, this next woman had no idea that this traffic stop was going to turn into her worst nightmare.
He was suspended, so that means he had to just take time off and then go back, right? Because it didn't say kicked off.
Me acaban de agarrar, estoy en Bush now, and I need to get to the box. Estoy detenida.
On January 7th, 2020, Florida Highway Patrol conducted a window tint traffic stop on a vehicle driven by Elizabeth Espinosa.
Southbound 75. Driver, can you roll down your back window, please? Thank you. Hello, I'm Trooper Lewis. You have a license with you today?
Okay. She told the police that she was on her way back from a trip to Texas, where she had lost her driver's license. But that wasn't all. He pulled the lady out of the car for questioning.
We're on the grass. That way we're not too close to the roadway. And you said no issues with your license today, correct? Okay.
I do have a picture. I don't know if you want it.
Yeah, I'll look at it in just a minute. When did you lose your license?
I lost it like 2 days ago.
A couple of days ago. While you were out in Texas? All right. If I can have you wait right here, let me check your information. Okay, ma'am? Thank you.
At the same time, the officer asks for his partners to do a vehicle check for drugs.
All right. I'm going to give you a warning notice on the window tint, okay? I'm going to issue.
And his suspicions are confirmed when the police canine is immediately drawn to Elizabeth's car.
You're not a medical marijuana patient, are you? Okay, all right. He's not trained in odor of marijuana anyway, but there's just something I have to ask you. Any hemp products in the vehicle today? Okay, all right. Well, trained police canine is alerted to your vehicle, so we're going to need to check it just to make sure there's nothing in there that shouldn't be, okay? You're not under arrest, but you are going to be detained. Detained means that you're not free to go right now, okay? Anything on you that might poke me, stick me, or hurt me in any way?
No.
But before the vehicle search, the officer needs to pat Elizabeth down.
Yeah, give me just a minute. Let me have you step up here. So go ahead and put your hands behind your head. Behind your head. I'm going to pat you down using the back of my hand and front of my camera here, okay? Can you spread your feet, please? Thank you.
He escorts her to the police car to make sure she doesn't interfere with the search, but Elizabeth insists that she needs to make a phone call.
Am I able to make that call, or am I able to make that call real quick?
Go ahead. You can use it.
And the call pretty much incriminates her to the point of no return.
Oh, snap.
Hey, can you let Maria know to go for my kids? I just got pulled over. Me acaban de agarrar, estoy en Bush now, and I need to get to the box. Estoy detenida.
On the call, Espinosa made a number of statements in Spanish, which were roughly translated to her alerting someone about the cops saying that they were going to find something in the car. And true to her word, the police did find something in the car.
Hey, this is what's going on. There are some items in the vehicle that we need to take a little bit closer look at.
Okay.
And we need to inspect the vehicle a little bit further.
Okay.
But we need to put the vehicle up on a lift in order to do that. So there's a wrecker headed over this way.
Okay.
And there's his business is just right up here at the next exit just north of us.
Okay.
48. So you're just going to hang tight with me and we're going to follow your vehicle.
Okay.
Before that, they did find that she has a history of criminal charges.
Espinosa, have you ever been arrested?
I got arrested back in 2013, yes.
In 2013?
Yes.
What was that?
Aggravated assault.
Anything between then and now?
No.
After finding a whopping 26 pounds of cocaine in the car, the cops take Elizabeth's vehicle away for a more thorough search.
Yeah.
At this point, she knows she's screwed.
Is Espinosa, you doing okay?
Yeah, could I get a water or something?
Water?
Yeah.
How's the temperature? Is it okay? Is it too warm?
It's a little too warm. Is there a bathroom I can use?
Yes, bear with me.
Okay.
Espinoza was federally prosecuted and was ultimately sentenced to 24 months in prison to be followed by a 36-month supervised release.
Damn, y'all. Ah! I hope you guys enjoyed those. Don't forget that I have trivia tomorrow. Don't forget, guys. It is so much fun. You know that. Kaz, thank you so much for that super sticker. I so appreciate that. You just don't even know. Oh yeah, my birthday is in 1 week from today. Don't forget. Okay? So Monday, I'm going to do updates on the cases because I have been neglecting the cases for so long, and you guys know I'm following 10 cases. We do have a trial starting December 19th, which is Courtney Cleaney. I am streaming that trial, the OnlyFans model that stabbed her boyfriend and he died. And then starting January on, we have a lot of trials that we're covering. So Monday, I'm going to go over cases. And then Tuesday, I can get back to body cam footage until there's updates on cases. So that's what I plan on doing, you guys. I am sorry about the time today, the cold weather and the rain. It rained all last night and all today in the desert, may I remind you. Anyway, it was so cold and rainy, and with my fibro, my body just was like, no, Christy, you are not getting up. And I fell asleep. So I'm sorry. That's why it's so late. And I'm never coming live late again because nobody's in here. Just my favorite people. Nobody else. Just my faves are in here. I don't know where my other Aussies are. It's daytime for them. Aussie True Crime. Joe, where are y'all? All right, guys. Did y'all hit that like button for me? I hope you did. I hope you join the membership. I hope you send me a super chat for my birthday because I only have, I will tell y'all, 25. It's almost the 26th. Sunday. So Tuesday is the last day I can make any money for a December check for YouTube. Okay. With that being said, should I wait 4 more minutes and talk till it's 2 hours? No, I shall not. I am out of Diet Coke, and you know what that means. That is a sin. I cannot be out of Diet Coke ever, so I have to go to the store. On that note, I know I'm just rambling bull crap, but on that note, y'all have a wonderful night. And don't forget trivia tomorrow.